here we are with Google giving $100 for teachers who steer 20 plus children to Google CS first. And once again, Google's trying to do weird things with children and whatnot. And I think the FTC should have a look at this too. Because I wonder if the parents of those kids are giving permission for this teacher to do this kind of thing. And what it works out to is so they're going to go over there and do 2 hours of something and get like $2.50 or less per child hour. What the hell, Google? This is really creepy. This is almost creepy. You got some really creepy people working for you doing weird things. You need to stop doing this, okay? What you do, if you want to do something like this, you go and you have an event at the school's, what do you call it, gymnasium, and you have kids come up there during their lunch hour, and you might have an extra hour where everybody gets off. So you got 2 hours where everybody can go and do things and interact, and you bring a bunch of your people down there to do things and code and have computers set up, and then you have a PR event with it. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with these Google people. I just, if I was a parent, I'd be getting a little concerned about what they're up to with children all the time, because every time we turn around, it's kid this, kid that, little kid this, little kid that. It's like, what the hell, man? It's just like this guy saying right here. Oh, $2.50 per child hour. So this is significantly more than the cost of sweatshop labor. And this guy says you must be the person to see the negative in this. Oh, sure. Like if you trust strangers to go work with little kids somewhere that you don't know who they are. Yeah, okay. Where's the parents involved in all of this? How is this not a coppa a violation that Google's doing, eh? All right there. There's another violation, right? Okay, if you've read the law and you understand the gist of it, this could be something they could get slapped for because they're collecting data on it. Yeah. Trying to brainwash them nice and young too. Yep. Just really weirdos. Code your hero. Oh my lord. What? I don't even want to know what this is all about. Oh, and so CNN does a little hit piece on this fandom collective, right? Well, when you make see, it's not about having strong women, okay? Because all through the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, there were strong women in horror movies and other movies. The difference is they didn't become strong women by making all the men look like little pussy little weaklings, okay? That never would amount to anything. And they don't also do it by removing all the male heroes in the universe. Okay? There'd be strong men with strong women. It makes them all strong. Okay? You got it? Like it's a simple process. Proper writing. Okay? A good plot. Add an extra 5 minutes onto your television shows. Okay? Take that take that 5 minutes of advertising money and realize that extra 5 minutes of writing might flesh out enough of the plot and the characters that you'll get an extra 1,000,000 or 2 visitors where you'll make a ton more money because the advertisers are going to pay more. And you tell them they have to pay more, right? Now, if you're on your own streaming service, this is the problem with all this, eh? There's a lot of television now that I'm not even able to see anymore, so why bother with television? See, the next step from all this streaming stuff is, well, there's 16 different streaming services I'm not paying for. I can get a video game and have 700 hours of viewing time. What am I going to do? Spend $60 on a video game and get the next year's worth of play out of it? Or get one thing and like get an hour a week, or whatever. And not even that. You only get like 10 episodes now for a season, right? So it'd be 10 hours of whatever. For how much for the year, right? 120 bucks a year, 200 something a year for 10 hours? No. No. I got all my DVDs and CDs from the past, and I keep those and make a backup and keep them all nice and dandy for all the stuff from mid 2000s and back. So have a nice day. You're not getting coin out of me. And if anybody's smart, they think the same way. And the more you that actually think that way, the more money you have to do other things. I had someone skip out on 2 months of rent. Cost me about by the time I'm done with it all, it cost me $1,700. Okay, that $1,700 would have got me a pretty nice darn computer up here in Canada. Okay, to be doing some really fancy pants shit, right? And it's taken 6 months for me to claw back into having a buck next month, right? So now I invested in some games that I can play on this system, and I think I'll do that for another couple of months, and then maybe I'll save up by the time spring hits for a computer all around, and then keep this one as something attached to the internet, etc., etc. Like, it's going to have Windows 10 on this thing because it's a brand new PC. So the first thing I'm going to do is wipe it out and put Linux on it, and then I'll put all my development crap on it. And if Epic Games and such doesn't get its gears up for all these plugins to work with Linux, then they're going to start losing people quick. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, and the CNN hit piece. Yeah, back to that. This is why I stopped watching television since the mid '90s, guys. I'm way ahead of you guys. This is why I know about video editing. It's why I know about graphics design. It's why I know about 3D special effects. It's why I know about webmastering and everything that goes involved with that. This is why. Is because I took myself away from their bullshit. Okay, bullshit. That's everything you're seeing out here is bullshit. Okay, you even get about 50%. If you pull up a YouTube page and before you hit your subscription button, 50% of that is bullshit. Maybe even 75. Okay, and then when you hit the subscription button, what you've got is a bunch of people there who don't have all the money or expertise to get things going. So there's guys like me that are around. We'll help you out. And I'm not even, you know what? I got all day to help people, okay? I think I could do just as good not charging everybody money and helping one guy at a time. And by doing that, he puts a link there, this guy helped me out, and then you just keep going, and you'll just keep the cycle going. Then he goes and he gets 10,000. You know what? Yeah, people are wondering why I have 1.5 million. Okay, I got 380 subscribers. Okay, each of those subscribers has an average of anywhere between 3.5 and 4,000 subscribers each. Some of them have 100,000 subscribers. Okay, and this is just sort of a So when I say something to these people, and you who is listening, it goes to them, and they can either give that to their audience, or they can not, right? Or they can, just soak it into their own brains and say, I support this because, maybe I have a lot of subs and I'm a little too freaked out to, want to say anything about this or that, And I see a lot of that. And one thing I'll say is that absolutely nobody in the entire history of my channel has been under 18, I think. So that's kind of interesting. Or at least I would assume that. What I'm probably assuming is there's probably a few people that lied or cheated the system or whatever, right? That's that's not my problem. That would be, again, verification problems on whatever. But anyhow, um, so when I have this thing where um, I got my Twitter account back a week before the CEO of Twitter had announced that he had been hacked, right? And there's a whole lot of about I could say about that. But anyhow, long story short, a day before that, I got my Reddit account back, and there's probably other ones that I got back that I just don't even care to watch anymore. I don't even go to Reddit anymore. It's just stupid idiot crap propaganda by either one side or the other that I just don't care. I get more done when I don't get involved heavy duty, right? Now, that's not to say that I might take some time off and just muck around and make some new friends, make some, acquaintances, have some fun, because I'll tell you the one thing. Here's the biggest secret of all. If there's somebody out there who's having a really bad time and they really don't want anyone else to have a bad time, they start being a troll. So even when they come at you sideways and try and say something stupid and get you going, that's what they're doing. They want to get a rise out of you. So when I saw that Jeremy Prime going, maybe I'm going to stop replying to some of these people, blah, 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 blah. I said, that's good. That's good. It's showing that you're finally starting to realize that when you don't give them a voice, they can't be heard. There's more of us than them, and there always has been. Welcome to the silent majority, my friend. It's no longer so silent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it comes down to I'm sitting in a chat there are people on CNN and this J.J. Abrams calling people toxic and racist and Nazis and everything else, and I'm sitting there and there's a black guy on there. There's Jewish people amongst them. There's every race and religion going on here, and what's the commonality? We love our games and TV and movies. Our sci-fi, in that sense. In this case, we love our sci-fi and games, and that's what I was trying to tell people from when I first got into things. Is you got to make it about comics, okay? If you're into comics, don't make it about anything else. If these people want to have fruity-looking hairdos and and try and put their politics into shit, go ahead. I'm just not going to look at you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to reply to you. That's how you do it. Yeah. Have a nice day. There'll be eventually what happens, everybody. They're yelling at a brick wall, and somebody comes by and sees them doing that and puts them into a rubber room because they're crazy. No, not crazy. Insane. Because yelling at the same wall more than once, expecting a different result, is the definition of insanity. But that's just an example. And the problem, and I'm going to be honest with a lot of the comics people. The problem is there's a subsect of the comics people that are good people that want to make good comics for people, not realizing that technology is just flying right by you guys. It's just flying right by you. Okay? The reasons comics numbers are fewer are being sold every year is because people have stopped watching the mainstream media, for one, and what they're doing is they're buying a video game. And that's where it's leading, right? And if they do get something like a comic book, it's a digital version. And there are people that hate that. Oh, piracy this, piracy that. Well, the problem with that statement was there was a little study in Europe, and I've seen it before too, eh? That pirates buy more. They do. They buy more. So if there's a guy pirating movies all the time, he ends up buying DVDs He ends up buying movie sets, right? When he doesn't have money, he's pirating. When he has money, he goes and gets something. Same thing with video games, right? And you know, and what do you do when you have all this? You have this de novo, which is part of this Total War Warhammer game that I'm playing, right? And what's gone on here is this little 600 megabit patch or megabyte patch is an update to the de novo that streamlines it more. Okay, it doesn't remove it; it streamlines it some more. Okay. The big problem with all of this, and I agree with Jeremy, is when Denuvo goes out of business or the game company goes out of business, I no longer have a game. Right? That's the problem with it all. Now, props to, and I can say some bad, really bad things about Warner Brothers. Okay? And a lot of you don't even know that. In 2012, they got caught up in Canada abusing the foreign temporary worker program. Okay? Bringing in foreign temporary workers to do 3D special effects and animations at less than minimum wage. To be specific, $8 an hour. Okay? This is normally a $200,000 a year job. Okay? And you were paying slave under the table wages to people. Okay, and they would stay here for a couple years, and then they would just ship them back out and not give them citizenship. Okay, that's how the temporary and here I was over here in Peterborough, getting into a program that had 9 people in it. All right, and I was one person. Each person would be given $25,000 to buy whatever it is you need to get your business going. You would get about 1,000 or 2 a month for their year, and then you would have 3 established business people to give you some help on, how do you do your books, and if there's anything you had a question on, blah blah blah. Now, I'd taken business administration with a major in information systems. Okay, so I think I have a pretty good handle on how, part of applying to this was getting a business plan for 5 years. So I would put that forward, and I'd say, look, these other 8 people are going to need me right off the hop. So I cut them a good deal. They cut me a little slack to talk to anybody else they're dealing with, and then maybe I could get some extra business by doing that. And then I include, if I've made them something of a website or something else, I put it up here and I do this, this, and this. I mean, I've run hosting businesses. I've run this and that and da-da-da-da-da, So I could do a whole lot of shit. Right. In fact, me and another guy from Britain were doing this little hosting business, and we were undercutting everybody in the world. We were getting clients left, right, and center. It was great until one of us I got sick, and then he got sick. It was pretty much the end of the business. So this is something that you can learn from. You got to have a contingency that if one of you or both of you gets ill, that something can be managed. Like a outside third party where you save some funds away that you could temporarily pay people to come in and help out. That's the trust issue too, right? There's all these little issues around things you got to worry about. And this is why I say to people, it's like I want to support them, right? I want to help them out. I want to do things to help them. But in some respects, some of these guys, you've got you got 3 or 4,000 people that are surrounding you and helping, putting money into some Indiegogo or Kickstarter thing, and that's it. I don't see, what? I've sat and watched for a whole year, and I don't see any growth really. I see just a tiny little bit of growth, just a tiny bit. Okay. And then I see a lot of infighting, and there's changes of rules, and there was this other group, and they were they were effectively being used as sort of a, I don't know, what do you call it, strong arm of these people. And to give a long story short, with the new rules, the very first thing I saw was some people come out and start bad mouthing them and someone else, and I thought, it's not like we didn't see this coming, because you know damn well that you go attacking people all the time, you're going to get attacked and you're going to get taken down. So it was just sort of a, yeah, they tried coming at me, and so did those young Turks. All these people tried messing with me, and once people find out someone's messing with me, I got a lot more friends that love me than hate me, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, sticks and stones, right? Anyway, I'm gonna let it go and throw this up there. It's just another little weird thing that Google's up to, right? Just let's just see what their webpage says here. Will it load? Won't even load. Let me see here. I'll try and do it this way. Wow. So there's the. Yeah, I'm having a look at this now. Hold on, I'll put this in here. Hold on. Check this out. This'll this'll get you going. Just a minute here. There's the whole page right there. We'll load that up in a second. And it's interacting. So anybody see anywhere here where a parent's involved, where they're someone in grade 2, 3, 4, or under, whatever, is giving consent to this? I don't see it. It looks like a whole lot of stuff that they're asking kids to do. What? Why? Why? What is the point of this? $100. Like, what the hell, man? Classroom awards, $100 for completing Code Your Hero activity. Oh my God. Here, kid. Here's some candy. This is just bloody creepy. Like I said, I don't see anywhere here that it's asking for a parent's consent for this. Honestly, with the way Google's been acting, I would start to tell people to keep their kids away from Google. I'm beginning to get a feeling that the people working there are actually kind of creepy. I don't know. And that just says volumes right there. Anyhow, take it easy, guys.